You've got an apprentice that you care about in the championship there.
I do. I went with him to regionals in Allentown. He won that, so we got to come to lovely Ohio, and he did really well.
How did he find plumbing?
So he actually went to school to be a cop. He has his degree in criminal justice, and as he was waiting to hear back from the police academy, he got into commercial plumbing. He was doing it for a while, and then he was like, I'm just going to stick with plumbing.
And how long has he been doing it?
4 years.
4 years? So what is it like being with a plumber?
It has its pros and cons, for sure. A lot of time alone sometimes, for me.
Okay.
He'll come home from work and then he'll go right back out the door for side work, and sometimes not get home until 10 o'clock at night, and then just to wake up at 5 o'clock the next morning and do it all over again. He does a lot of work, but he does really well for himself, and we're able to have the things that we have because he works very hard. I support him in what he does, and he supports me in what I do, and as long as he leaves work at work and he comes home and he's in a good mood, and the time that I do get to spend with him, like it's quality time, that makes me happy.
This year's Connect show, put on by PHCC, the Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling Contractors of America, was a total blast. We met and caught up with so many great people from our industry. What an honor to have some of them on Behind the Windshield with Terese Apprentice, where we learned a bit more about them, where they came from, how they got into our industry, and some of the innovative things they're doing to make our industry the place to be. One thing special about this show is that it hosts the PHCC National Apprentice Contest, so there were a lot of great apprentices in attendance. I wish you could have been there yourself, but maybe the next best thing is getting to know a bit more about our next guest. Terese, welcome to Behind the Windshield with Terese Apprentice at the PHCC Connect Trade Show, and especially the National Championships.
Yes, it's nice to be here.
Yeah, you've got an apprentice that you care about in the championship there.
I do. I went with him to regionals in Allentown. He won that, so we got to come to lovely Ohio, and he did really well.
Very cool. Who knew there was a championship of plumbing apprentices?
I didn't know it was a thing.
I didn't either.
Kinda
Until last year, actually. Very cool. So he's here competing, and he's got a plumbing, looks like a bathroom, a full bathroom.
Yes, he roughed in the bathroom.
Cool. What kind of planning, behind the scenes, what kind of planning did you do for this?
Nothing.
Really? Just his work?
Literally nothing. He just went to work and came home from work, forgot about work, and I was like, are you gonna do anything before this competition to get yourself ready? He's like, nope, I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna do what I do for my job, and that's it.
Awesome. And I just heard he got a perfect score.
He did. So for what he had done, he didn't quite get to the fixtures, but everything before that part, he got a perfect score.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what is it like? Well, first of all, how did he find plumbing?
So he actually went to school to be a cop.
Okay.
He has his degree in criminal justice. And as he was waiting to hear back from the police academy, he got into plumbing, commercial plumbing, and he was doing it for a while, and then he eventually heard back from the police academy, and he was like, I'm just going to stick with plumbing. Being a cop nowadays, it's not the same as it used to be, so he stuck with plumbing, and here we are.
Awesome. And how long has he been doing it?
4 years?
4 years? Have you been together the whole time?
No, we've only been together like a year and a half.
Okay. So you know him the last half of it.
Yes.
Cool. I was going to ask how has he changed?
He's tired.
Yeah?
But he does a good job at coming home from work and leaving work at work.
Perfect. That's kind of necessary. So what is it like being with a plumber?
It has its pros and cons, for sure.
Let's do cons first.
Okay, I
What are
can
the
do
cons?
that. It's a lot of time alone sometimes.
For yourself?
For me.
Okay.
He'll come home from work and then he'll go right back out the door for side work, and sometimes not get home until 10 o'clock at night, and then just to wake up at 5 o'clock the next morning and do it all over again.
Oh, you're hooked up with a motivated dude.
Yeah, no, he does a lot of work, but he does really well for himself, and We're able to have the things that we have because he works very hard. I'm a teacher, so I mean, I don't bring as much money to the table as
Sure.
he does.
Sure.
So he definitely takes care of us.
Yeah. Very cool. So my wife likes some alone time. She wants me to be home for dinner, but she doesn't mind me being gone either, necessarily.
Yeah, no, I like my alone time too, but sometimes he'll have side work like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And then I won't see him for a lot of the time.
What are we
But
doing here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are the goods? What are the pros?
The goods are we're able to have the things that we have. We just bought a house.
Awesome.
And he's a very handy man, so he's able to do a lot of work that we need done. And I don't know, I support him in what he does, and he supports me in what I do. And as long as he leaves work at work and he comes home and he's in a good mood, and the time that I do get to spend with him, like it's quality time, that makes me happy.
Yeah. Very cool. So my daughters have 3 daughters, and they were somewhere and they got stuck. And they had some young men that were unable to help them get out of the situation. And then I think this 1 or 2 guys showed up, and they were obviously blue collar, and they were able to get them out of the ditch and get them on the way. And my daughters were like, we are so pro blue collar guys.
No, it's definitely nice to have him because, like I said, instead of having to pay somebody to come do all this stuff and it costs you money, he does it for free, and he gets to be home. So
Yeah, we charge a lot for what we do. Plumbers do. It's expensive.
It is, but I guess when you get a perfect score on something that you do, it's worth it.
Absolutely. Well, also what's cool is like people talk about getting into real estate and stuff, and these plumbers have such an opportunity to buy a house, a rental at some point, and put another bathroom into it and create tremendous value for the family.
Yeah, when we first started looking at houses, we were looking at not nice houses that we can gut and completely redo. But in today's market, a house like that was going for way more than what it should. So we ended up actually going to Maryland, and we bought a house that everything's done. So now it's just like outside stuff. So even when he is home, he's like outside in the yard and ripping stuff out and doing what he does. But it
sounds like
done.
a kinetic plumber.
Yeah.
I call these young people that don't do well in school but love hands-on, I call him kinetic. He's a classic kinetic guy.
He did so well in school.
That's awesome.
He was like a straight A student, and now he's a plumber.
These plumbers are smart.
They are. He is very smart. Good with numbers.
Yeah, very good. Well, thank you for being on the show and supporting the trades.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Come again. So that's a wrap. I hope you're inspired to make it to a trade show near you, or even put the 2024 PHCC Connect show in Birmingham, Alabama, October 7th through 10 on your calendar. If you can't make it, but want to stay up to date on what's going on at the shows, like and subscribe, and I'll do my best to bring the shows to you.